The first time I ever picked up a camera, I felt a rush of power. Not just power over the lens, but over the world. I was 19, ambitious, and eager to be seen. Everyone wanted to be noticed in some way, right? I wanted more than attention. I craved validation. And YouTube, with its endless scroll of faces and voices, seemed like the perfect stage. I started small, makeup tutorials, vlogs about my everyday life, little snippets that I thought were charming. I remember recording in my tiny apartment, the sunlight spilling across the worn-out carpet, the camera perched precariously on a stack of books. My first few videos were shaky, awkward, and painfully amateur. But people watched, and they commented. And with each comment, each view, I felt an intoxicating thrill. By the end of my first year, I had a modest following. A few thousand subscribers who seemed to care about what I had to say. And for the first time, I felt like I belonged. But belonging wasn't enough. I wanted more. I wanted thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. I wanted the likes, the shares, the notifications that made my heart race in a way that felt almost addictive. That's when I started to change. I began planning every moment of my life around the camera. Breakfast wasn't just breakfast, it was content. A walk in the park wasn't just exercise, it was vlog footage. I created a persona. Funny, charming, approachable, perfect, and I clung to it like a life raft. My real life, messy and quiet, began to dissolve into the background. It wasn't long before brands noticed me. Small sponsorships turned into bigger ones. People wanted me to promote products, apps, even clothing lines. Every time I opened an email from a company, my chest would tighten with excitement. I was on my way to becoming what I always dreamed of, someone people admired. But the thrill came at a cost. The more I performed for the camera, the more I felt trapped by it. Every post, every upload, had to be better than the last. I began to fear silence, fear the moments when I wasn't creating. Then came the fan messages. At first, they were harmless, compliments, expressions of support. But soon, they turned obsessive. Someone would comment every day, tracking my uploads, predicting my movements. At first, I laughed it off, maybe even felt a little flattered. But the tone changed. One night, after posting a casual story of me walking my dog, I received a message that made my blood run cold. I saw you today. You didn't notice me, but I was there. I froze. My phone slipped from my hand. I hadn't seen anyone. I checked the time, checked the door. Nothing. I tried to convince myself it was a prank. But deep down, I knew the truth. Someone had been following me. The paranoia grew. Every rustle outside my window, every stranger passing by, felt like a threat. I began filming in my apartment obsessively, documenting every corner, every shadow. My vlogs shifted. They became darker, more frantic. The smile I wore for my subscribers started to crack. But I couldn't stop. The camera demanded content, and I was too far gone to resist. One evening, I received an invitation to collaborate with a popular vlogger named Liam. His videos were polished, his personality magnetic. Collaborating with him could skyrocket my subscribers overnight. But there was something unsettling about him. The way he watched me on our video call, the intensity in his eyes, made me uneasy. Still, I accepted. Fame outweighed fear. Always. The day we filmed together, everything seemed perfect at first. We walked through the city, filmed in cafes, laughed, and joked. The cameras captured everything, the smiles, the casual touches, the playful banter. But late in the day, I noticed Liam's behavior changing. He would linger a little too long, his hand brushing mine with deliberate intent, his gaze following me in a way that made me shiver. When I tried to distance myself, he laughed it off as teasing. I forced a smile, reminding myself that this was part of the business. That night, I went home exhausted. I posted the footage, edited it meticulously, and fell asleep with my phone in my hand. In the middle of the night, a notification woke me. My heart froze. It was a message from Liam. Don't be scared. I just want to help you reach the top. The words should have comforted me, but they didn't. Instead, they sent a chill crawling down my spine. I realized that my obsession with fame had led me here, to a place where my success felt inseparable from my fear. And fear, I learned, is a dangerous thing. The following week, things escalated. My apartment began to feel unsafe. I found signs of someone entering while I was out. Doors slightly ajar, objects moved. I called the police, but without clear evidence, there was nothing they could do. Every step outside my door became calculated, every trip to the mailbox a test of courage. My vlogs turned even darker, my commentary anxious, my smile brittle. Subscribers commented on the change, but I couldn't tell them the truth. I couldn't admit that I was terrified, that my life had become a nightmare. Then came the evening that changed everything. I had just finished filming a solo vlog in my apartment. Lights dim, candles flickering, the camera set to record the eerie ambience. I wanted to show my audience the raw side of vlogging. I wanted authenticity. But authenticity came with vulnerability. As I spoke to the camera, I felt a presence behind me. A shadow moved across the room. My voice faltered. My heart pounded. I spun around, but the room was empty. My hands shook as I picked up the camera. And then, from the corner of my eye, I saw him, Liam, standing silently, grinning. Before I could scream, he lunged. The camera fell, capturing only flashes of movement and a final, terrifying image. My own face, eyes wide with fear. I never uploaded that footage. My channel went dark. Subscribers waited, speculated, panicked. And then, after a week of silence, the news broke. I was gone. Found lifeless in my apartment, cause unknown, but the scene suggested foul play. The investigation revealed unsettling details. Liam had a history of obsession with rising influencers, tracking them, inserting himself into their lives. The police recovered messages, photos, and even footage of my apartment that he had secretly recorded. The truth was horrifying. The very person I trusted, whose collaboration I sought, had become the instrument of my demise. In the months following, my channel became a cautionary tale. Videos were dissected by news outlets, my stories shared in warnings about the dark side of online fame. And yet, even in death, the camera remembered me. My final footage, the footage of fear, the footage of my last moments, circulated online. Millions watched. They commented, speculated, shared. And my obsession, my ambition, my drive for validation had become my undoing. I wanted fame and I got it. But it came at a price that no algorithm, no subscriber could ever repay. The lesson lingered. Some things aren't worth recording, some moments aren't meant to be shared, and some ambitions are better left to fade in the quiet of our own lives. In the end, the camera never lied. It captured everything. My laughter, my dreams, my fear, and finally, my death. And while the world moved on, clicking, scrolling, double tapping, the lens remembered me.